Hey everyone. So when you're getting so much feedback from everybody every single day, there are days when you're not feeling so great, and then there are days when you're feeling really good. And this was one of the day because yesterday we received a really nice message, and that was exactly something that can actually be useful for many of your conditions, your situations, because many of you also have the story of having a lower CGPA, and then comes the question, what am I supposed to do at all? Should I go to the direction of private universities? Because of course most consultants promote that right away without giving you any kind of alternative options, or should I take a look at things in a different way? And of course, on my channel at Bharat in Germany, every single thing I've told you has been from my own personal experience. If I haven't done something, I haven't told you about it. So I will go through the message real quick, and then I will talk to you about if you have a lower CGPA, what kind of things you can do to make sure that you are still able to get some admit in one way or the other, right? So that was Anya, and she said, my dad's been a great fan of yours. Along with me, I started researching about Germany back in 2020 because we landed on a YouTube video of yours. I have a very low CGPA, 6.5, but gaining other skills like German internships, extracurricular, helped me get the 3 admits from public universities, one of which is TU Dresden, and 2 rejections. I'm still waiting for a few more universities to announce their results. I'm grateful for all the help you have provided to us, and this is like essentially me not providing actively anything and just watching YouTube videos. And that's what I find very interesting, because many people are grateful for the things that you have just done passively for them, and some people wouldn't even be grateful for the things that you would do actively for them. And this really depends on the person's character. So I'm very humbled that Anya writes that. So much knowledge that is available on your channel. I'm also enrolled in the Faster German course, A1 to B2. All 3 admits are in English language from public universities. Also with 2 backlogs in my 4th semester. So my profile was pretty bad if we see my grades, but other than that, my profile is very strong, and all thanks to you. So I think there are a few things which happened here which I want to break down for you. So the first one is like German proficiency. Yeah, I mean, this is something which could be completely separate route for you. So you can say, all right, I don't want to go for the English short programs because I'm not sure if I want to go towards the direction of like getting many rejections and so on. But I think the better way of handling this would be that you just apply to more universities. So when you apply to more universities and more programs, and this could be both, this could be English plus German. You can always apply to English programs too, but you just have to know that the chances for that are not going to be that high. And this is the reason, like when we have our course, the complete course for studying in Germany, we make sure that you have access to all of the admit profiles too previously. And these are going on from 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 2021, 2022, because we have been doing this for a long time. And all of the things that we do at CCSG is in a completely German way. That means everything is organized. You have access to the holistic information that we can provide to you, and everything is in one single place. So English plus German, that's very interesting. And for example, if I'm now taking a look at, let's say, the details of 2022, and I see, all right, what kind of profile or what kind of admissions can I expect at X profile? For example, computer science, 6.95, 3 years of work experience. And this person just wrote that like they got admit from 6 universities and rejection from 3 universities. So that's not really helpful, but we can take a look at that further. For economics, let's see, 71.25, 68%. Then we have electronics, 63%. So at 63%, you're still having Hochschule Anhalt and Universität Kaiserslautern. So 63%, 56%. This is a private university. HTW Berlin is not private, but I think I'm suspecting that there would be a paid program for this. So that's also one more thing that you have to keep in mind. All right, so let's break it down further. Now, what are the further options that you're seeing here right now? So the further options, first, English programs, and I'm going to write paid because these are most of the times paid programs in public universities. These could be the MBA programs. In RWTH, you see a lot of the MME programs, which are paid. So I can show you an example. So MME, and this, for example, is a paid program, which is in a public university in Germany. So those kind of programs, the competition is very low, and that means you're still able to get inside. That's the first thing. And of course, Anya didn't do any of it. She applied to normal program and she also got accepted there. So English programs, normal. Again, I still encourage you to apply to these, but I'm just saying that from my experience, the acceptance rate is not generally that high when you're applying for normal programs. But again, it should not stop you from applying to them anyways, because when you apply to these programs, you will still learn something, right? Like you will learn either are you able to get the admit at all, or if that would not be a possibility at all. And the next one I would recommend is going to be the German taught programs, of course. German taught programs in public universities, right? These are like my favorite options. And then of course you have private universities and so on. Like my idea is, if you want to come to Germany anyways, like I would rather want you to study in tuition-free universities, because that's where you're getting the benefit, right? Otherwise, like if you have to pay tuition fee anyways, then you can also go to other countries. You can go to UK, Canada, US, whatever, like if that is the kind of mode you're going for. And again, I also studied in German taught program, so it is not something that I am telling you to do and that I haven't done myself. And I also finished my master's in the Regelstudienzeit, which is supposed to be the standard duration of study. And that was not something I was expecting, to be honest, because I was like, this feels really difficult. I don't know if it's going to work out or not. But this is the reason I have pasted my master's degree certificate on my website, because I'm so proud that this actually happened, that I was able to finish my degree in exactly 2 years. And that is then a sign for you that this is a legit degree and you can always cross-check it with the university. So yeah, these two are the better options that I personally find. You also have private universities. Some private universities are good. Again, in private universities, this is the most important thing that you have to keep in mind. That in private universities, because all of the consultants are sending you to private universities, they don't tell you anything at all about it, like which university is going. We apply to 10 universities, but what will happen is in the end, the admit will always be from one single university, and that one single university is going to be the private university. This is something I've seen happen many times, and this is the reason I tell you that it is very important to keep in mind what kind of private universities you're going for, because it could be either a good private university or a bad private university. And there are many factors which decide that. The first factor is if it's recognized at all or not, if it's providing you some degree from a distance learning university from Italy or something. Things like that, which are like not really German universities. So those are the things that you have to watch out for, right? But otherwise, like this is completely doable. My CGPA was 7.34. And even with 7.34, I was able to apply for German universities. But I was already sure that first thing, my grade is low, so I will not be able to get in an English university. So I never applied to an English program. Again, like I said, every single person makes a mistake, and I was also 21 at that time. I was learning things, so my idea was that okay, like that's not going to work out. And the second thing is I studied civil engineering, right? And if anybody who knows or has studied civil engineering, you know that in civil engineering you are not able to do anything in that particular field if you don't know the local language. So you have to have the proficiency of German. You have to know how different German terms are, these structural terms are pronounced in German, because if you don't, then finding a job is going to be very difficult for you. And this is the reason like I went to this direction, and I directly said, okay, I want to go for the German taught programs. And that's essentially what I ended up doing in the end, right? So German proficiency also, it really matters, especially in some programs where you are able to where you have to deal with more people. That's where it's very important. And then about the backlogs, because of course people who have low CGPA also talk about backlogs. And again, I can also happily share with you that I also had one backlog, and in our backlog we used to get mass supply, we call it. So like mass failures in the exam in the first semester, and it used to be physics and maths. So physics we applied for reevaluation, like it worked out for many students, and I and my friends then were sitting with the one backlog of maths, which we could clear in the second semester already, because we had a special exam attempt because so many people got the rejection there, so we were able to clear it right away. I think it was second or third. Third is the most likely, but I think like it happened in second. And then backlogs don't really matter. This is a very important thing to remember from this video if you want to remember something, and that is backlogs don't matter unless they increase your standard duration of study. If your total duration of study, which is 4 years for BTech and 3 years for BCA and so on, that increases to 4 years, or 4 years for BCA and 5 years for BTech, then it is a problem. Then it is seen negatively in the university. But if you're able to clear these backlogs during the time of the university itself, then it's fine. So I hope this helps, because this is something which many people struggle with, and many people have the idea of like, okay, I have low CGPA, what am I supposed to do? Like, of course, learning German is something that you can always do. And right now, like, learning German is actually really, really inexpensive. All of the faster German courses that you're going to see on our website, like, these are like super affordable. All of them are just like 4,999 Indian rupees, except the B2 one, because B2 was really, really big. And you can also go for bundles. So if you go for bundles, like A1 to B1 is 15,000. If you go for like individual courses, like, of course, that's more expensive. And these courses we have built together with native German speakers, and we have really, really positive feedback so far. So like, somehow, like, we are having so many of these like nice results, and I'm completely aware that not everybody is going to get these kind of results, but I'm just sharing this with you because it is still possible. Like, if you put the work inside, these kind of things are possible. And these are the students who were studying in the course and are now happily also studying in Germany. This was all. Thank you so much for watching this video. If this helped you, please make sure you share this with a friend and subscribe to this channel for more information. I will see you in the next video. Bye. And also, all the links for everything I've talked about is directly in the description.